It's been crazy that like literally a joke on the internet is now my full-time business. So yeah, it's interesting. Late 2012, me and a group of like a couple other homies, some in Chicago, some in California, basically started sending each other pictures of like our slushies and slurpees just to kind of like make each other jealous. And that was also around the same time when Instagram was like really starting to pop and like become a thing people were going to be into. So it eventually switched from like cell phone pictures to Instagram posts just to kind of like one each other, on a daily basis. Like, hey, I got mine, have you gotten yours yet? And that kind of evolved into a hashtag, which originally was Slurpee Cult. That kind of was there just kind of like as a quick, hey, let's just put them under here, just so there's like somewhere for them to live. And then really quickly we realized, like, hey, this person's not us. Who is, like, is this your homie? Like, or no, like, we thought it was your homie. And then all of a sudden we had like 200 photos in this weird hashtag that we made. And it was kind of like eye-opening to me. I was like, dude, I think we can do something with this. And so we quickly shortened it from Slurpee Cult, because I knew that was kind of lame, to Slurp Cult. And that's kind of where it evolved from there. I made an Instagram account. We started posting pictures in there. We started gaining followers. I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going to try and make a sticker. And like, we actually, I'll just grab it over. I made this guy in my garage with literally like spray paint that I already had laying around, because I've always kind of like neon colors. And we made a stencil, and I went to the post office and stole a bunch of labels. And we kind of made these guys. And I posted online like, hey, who wants a sticker? And people were sending me envelopes. I was sending stickers back. And once I made like 100 of these, I was really tired of painting in my garage. And I was like, damn, you know what? Like, I think this could be something more. And so I told the guys, like, hey, I'm going to try and make this something. I don't know if it's going to be a brand. I don't know if it's going to be an art platform, but let's just do something. And I literally printed this on a t-shirt, but we put them up online and they all sold out like in a day. And I was like, oh dude, this really could jump. So luckily at the time I was unemployed. I had a little bit of time in my hands, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna go for this. And I think I put like $500 into it originally, and we bought some more shirts. We did a couple of different events, and it kind of just spiraled, and eventually it was something that I was doing a lot more than I thought I was going to. And we went under that name, Slurp Cult, for almost 2.5 years. And a large scale frozen beverage conglomerate, who I won't name, basically got mad that we were using one of their words in our name. So they basically filed suit to shut us down. But luckily they weren't upset about the logo. They weren't upset about our color scheme. They weren't even mad about the lifestyle we were portraying, because if anything, we were just kind of helping them out. They basically just said, hey, you got to take that word out. Once you take that word out, if you change it to something else, like Slush Cult, we'll leave you alone. So I was in a hotel room in San Francisco with one of my best friends, crying, thinking that like my life's over. I just made this brand, worked on it for 2 years, and now it's done. And luckily, we kind of worked up the courage to keep going, and I just said, well, if they're going to give us this name, Slush Cult, then we'll just use it and we'll flip the script where it's, this could be a negative thing, we'll just use it as a positive thing. And basically from like the end of the year, we basically did this huge countdown where everyone thought the brand was going to just die and be done. And then when the countdown on the website finally finished, we launched a brand new website, we launched our new name, fully trademarked, fully protected. I wasn't going to do the name change thing again ever. And it's honestly been a huge kind of blessing in disguise because honestly I think the new name is much better. It flows better, you don't get like weird, like negative, like there's really nothing negative about it. I had Zoomies approach us and they were like, you know what, we've been watching you for like the last 2 years, we like what you do and we think that you're ready to take this larger scale, so do you want to sell to the stores? And I immediately was like, fuck yeah. So I mean, that's a dream come true for me, especially like on a personal level, just because long ago I used to work at Zoomies. So I know what that store looked like, I know what it felt like, and I knew that it was the right fit for us. And that was literally the step that took us from being kind of like a weekend hobby into being my full-time job. Like I was able to quit my job working retail, which I was doing at the time, working for like a shoe company, and now I just do this shit all the time, and it's crazy. But it's been like the best journey ever, just because I've met so many cool people. We've been able to do so many rad events with like different genres and different backgrounds, different artists, different music acts, it's been crazy that like literally a joke on the internet is now my full-time business. So yeah, it's interesting. This is actually the very first screen that we ever printed with. So it's like the very first t-shirt ever. Keep that guy for life. We've got these rad custom silkscreen squeegees for pulling the ink. We got laser cut by our friend Sean up north, and it was for the Screen Something promotion that we did with Zoomies. We actually gave away a full 6-screen silkscreen press. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's super rewarding. It can be super nerve-wracking at the same time, just because, obviously at like a trade show, you're trying to impress not only like the people who come to the trade show who are hopefully going to buy your stuff, but it's also, like there's friends there that you have, there's, obviously like the people who run the trade show itself. It's definitely like a pissing contest sometimes. But for us, my biggest thing is like, we want to do something cool because we're different. Everyone kind of knows by now that we're different. So it's like, now it's just trying to amplify what we can get away with and what we can do and what we can kind of push the envelope even further. Because when we first started, we were like the only brand doing neon colors. Back when we started, streetwear was very dark, it was very serious, it was very boring. Not that those brands aren't good, like those brands definitely paved the way for the rest of us, but it was just very similar to where everyone was kind of just making the same stuff over and over again. And that's why, like, luckily when I first made the sticker, I only had those 3 colors where it was like pink, orange, green, and as soon as I saw them together, I instantly was hooked, where it was like, I want to use this forever. What we're doing right now with the products we're making, everything has literally changed over like the last probably like year and a half, where we've gone from using a lot of like stock blanks to now doing like full cut and sew. All of our headwear is custom made now, our backpacks are custom made. We're doing custom eyewear soon. And that's kind of where I want to evolve the brand even farther, is just with, obviously I'm me, the brand is kind of its own entity now. Now it's just about how far can we take it, how can we get it to more kids, do cooler events, bigger events, more events, just really about growth and seeing like, how can I make something that I would have made 2 years ago, but being able to make it way nicer and better quality, just because we're putting so much more effort into it now. To where, if you would have bought a dad hat from me 2 years ago, it would have been like a shitty dad hat with embroidery on it. Now we have custom dad hats with our own leather piece, our own brass with a logo punched into it, full cut and sew to like our specs, our heights, our build curve. Like, everything is just becoming better and better quality, which is rad to see where that goes even farther in the future. Hopefully, making enough money to survive and have a good life and eat lots of fucking snacks. And yeah, I mean, this is definitely not like a get rich quick scheme. This is more long haul. I want to do this forever. So.